Passionate about farming and serving as a good steward of the land, Gary Mast has led by example by working as a conservationist, leader, and advocate throughout his lifelong career as a farmer.
I am the sixth generation on the family farm. It was a natural. I went to college and in biology and ecology, but I ended up coming back to the farm and working with my dad.
Gary farms more than 1,200 acres in Holmes County and provides custom manure management and forage harvesting to other farmers. Since he started farming, Gary has worked for the betterment of the soil, including its use, development, and conservation.
And we're standing here in this field of soybeans. It's actually reclaimed strip mine ground. But I've been farming it no-till for probably at least 20 years, and you can see the beans really look good. Last year I had 180 bushel corn come off of this reclaimed strip mine ground. So if you take care of the soil, this is what can happen.
Gary has been an advocate for agriculture at the local, state, and national levels for many years. He has served on the leadership team for the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts, as well as a board member with the Holmes County Soil and Water Conservation District and Holmes County Farm Bureau. Nationally, Gary served as Deputy Undersecretary for Natural Resources and Environment, one of the top positions with the United States Department of Agriculture.
Meeting people from all across the country and learning what they do, it's rewarding to see that conservation districts and Natural Resource Conservation Service is working with all these folks, and every little bit across these great United States makes a little bit of difference every day.
Gary has devoted countless hours to advancing the conservation message to agricultural groups and partner organizations. Throughout the years, he has hosted tours and events on his farm to demonstrate how sound agriculture practices build strong communities.
I felt it was very important to share the innovation that we put together on a practical common sense basis on our farm that we could share with other farmers. We often had fifth grade classes come out for the whole county. We've had international groups many a time. We've had city groups, but the important thing is simply to teach people what agriculture is really about. And that, to me, is one of our weaknesses in agriculture, that we've not done a very good job letting people know what we really do out here on the farm, and that we do care for the land, we do care for clean water, and we do care for our health and their health as we produce the food.
Gary is widely known for his love of the land and commitment to the betterment of agriculture. He has well represented his family, his state, and country throughout his entire career. Congratulations to Gary Mast for his induction into the Ohio Agriculture Hall of Fame.
First of all, let me say I'm very humbled and honored to receive this award. My fellow award winners, I have utmost respect for. Bill Haddad, the Loudenslagers. I knew Bill and Don quite well. And so I know I'm with a real good class of inductees this year. I've been working with soil and water districts for 35 years in this business. I've sort of changed a little bit, and I'm working with Farm Bureau quite a bit more, and look forward to working with them some more. It's taken a lot of sacrifice and encouragement from my family, friends, neighbors, leaders across the country and here at home in Ohio. I want to thank my mom and dad. I just wish they'd have been around to see some of the things that I was able to participate in. But unfortunately, they died earlier on than what we would have liked to have seen them. Especially like to thank my immediate family, my wife Diane, Esther, my daughter, Aaron, my son, my family business partners, John and Rhoda Mast, then my extended family. I'd also like to thank my farm employees, especially Mark Sunbird and Lamar Denlinger. Not only did they have the ability to run our farm operation, but were willing, along with my brother John, were able to continue on as I was doing my thing for conservation. I'd also like to thank our local Soil and Water District Board and employees, especially Phyllis Gilmore, Michelle Wood, and Chuck Reynolds. Their encouragement, as I was on the board, they took up the slack and so much appreciate what they've done. I'd also like to thank fellow leaders in the business of ag production and promotion and advocacy. If it wouldn't be for people like Larry Vance, Brad Ross, Bill Richards, Don Shriver, Bobby Mosier, Jack Fisher, State Conservationist Terry Cosby, I probably would never have ended up in Washington, D.C. for 4 years. I'd also like to thank the two people that I really worked close with in Washington, D.C., and that's Bruce Knight, who was the Chief of Natural Resource Conservation Service when I went in there, and also Mark Ray, who was the head of NRCS, Natural Resource Conservation Service, and the Forest Service. He ended up being my direct boss, and we had a great relationship. The other person, just a friend, but he certainly knew the ins and outs and really was one of my mentors as I was in D.C., and that's Alan Johnson. So I looked up to these folks. They guided me the right direction. I always had in my hip pocket common sense and experience that really helped me through even the hallways of Washington, D.C. Again, I thank you so much for the privilege to be inducted in the 50th year of the Ohio Agriculture Hall of Fame.